Hey, y'all. We're going to get us a reading for the sign of Libra. As you know, I have already began my pre-shuffle. Goodness. Before I press the record button. So, I'm going to cut the deck. Then I'm going to shuffle the other deck. Then we're going to get into it with the main energy for the sign of Libra. Alright. So, Libra. We have somebody taking a risk under a moon. Or some type of hidden risk or something like that somebody took. They may be under judgment due to something done in the dark or done in the shadows. With this risk-taking energy, somebody rolled the dice to be spontaneous, and it's given that the results that they got was not what they wanted. Damn. Look, you got a death ending. So again, that's what I mean. It was some type of toxic energy that someone was operating in. Some type of devil, demonic energy. And it caused some type of endings. You have a commitment. So someone was bound to a certain type of energy or committed to seeing certain actions being taken. This may have something to do with the Wheel of Fortune. This is somebody that was close to you, that is more so dealing with justice, you know, the scales being balanced out. Again, dealing with the law of cause and effect due to them operating within their shadow energy with this oh but God in the reverse. Somebody is facing some type of insecurities, or they're lacking energy, they're lacking resources. Look, you have exposed when it comes to their abundance or the way that they are making things grow. Something is unprotected or being uncovered about this individual and the actions that they were taking in a situation. Look, you have trauma. So someone may have been trying to cause some type of trauma, or this may have been a traumatic event, something that shook somebody to the core. They are no longer seeing, you know, the situation the same way. You have a lesson learned when it comes to working. So it's giving me somebody learned their lesson about working with individuals, or you know what I mean? It's really giving benefit of the doubt. Like somebody is seeing the truth of a situation, you know, with this being balanced out. Like something has taken place for a long enough amount of time and somebody is learning to be sensible. Okay, I ain't see y'all. No, I ain't taking all them. That's too many. I don't feel like all of them just flipped this first go round. So we're going to go back through. What's this ending? You have true story. So something is really ending, or a death is taking place due to some type of demonic energy. That is a fact. That's the true story. That's the truth that's being exposed. You have releasing in springtime. Look, they don't want to. With the temperance energy, something is being balanced out and it's being let go of around springtime. So it's given in the next coming weeks or something like that. You know, energy is being balanced out or something is being healed. Again, a tower may be taking place. Something may seem very chaotic right now. Or like upheaval or something like that. Look and say, take a shot for me. And so somebody is in regret, you know what I mean? It's really giving so that you made it. You gained some type of enlightenment, some type of stardom, some type of fame or something like that. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like you cheersing to someone of the past. Because that take a shot for me, it always remind me of Drake. You know, he say, I can see it in your eyes, you angry. Regret ain't got shit on what you feeling now. You mad because he ain't like me. Oh, you mad because nobody ever did it like me. Look, on the high horse, somebody was acting like they were better than you, or they were acting like they were better than others. They were taught not to be humble, to put it in people's face, and now they don't like the way it feels. Look, repeated patterns when it comes to them continuously doing the same shit, expecting different results. Somebody was committed to this. Yep, energy vampire. That's a true story. Somebody found their vitality in, it's something about victimizing people or lowering other people's standards, their energy, getting you to strip your morals or something like that. You have secrets when it comes to this influence. So it's some type of secrets or some type of mysteries or illusions when it comes to this influence that you're letting go of. Somebody may have been very persuasive. You're letting go of the persuasion. You have entity attachment removed in the reverse. So somebody might be having some type of inner turmoil due to an entity attachment around the springtime. It's something very chaotic for another person because they have some type of negative energy attached to them. And with this I don't give a F in the reverse, they really do. Somebody is fully tuned in because they're suffering from delays or something like that. With this take a shot for me energy, they're in regret. They're in regret about this high horse. Look, fumbled. They feel like they fumbled you, like they broke something that was precious, you know, when it came to some type of control or them being able to have some type of authority. And you have prayers. So somebody was doing some type of praying for stability or praying for someone like you, and then they continued with the repeated patterns. They continued with the stubborn energy. Somebody was a tyrant. Give me more with this someone close. You got to keeping things to yourself. So it's something about you not speaking to this person moving forward, or you not being as revealing with what you have going on in your personal life due to this person trying to be an energy vampire. You know, they try to suck the life out of everything. So with these cheaters in the reverse, or cheater in the reverse, is really giving that you release yourself from some type of toxic way of being. When it came to these secrets, some type of secret chains or something like that is being released. You have a spiritual contract, look, with this entity attachment. So somebody now has a new contract. They're bound to some type of demonic energy or some type of demonic force that's, again, attached to them. This has something to do with what somebody was doing or action that they were taking in present day. It was things that they were taught in their childhood that they now are seeing, you know what I mean, that they're in regret about because it didn't work how they were taught. What's this childhood upbringing in the reverse? Yeah, they're very unfocused with this fumbled energy. So somebody don't know what to do. They lack courage, you know what I mean? They feel like depleted or something like that. They're having to deal with some type of raw emotions that the actions that they took is what got them in this stuck energy when it comes to their prayers. Something is being delayed or something is being slowed down again, and it has nothing to do with the divine or a higher power. It has a lot to do with this person being selfish. Look, sneaky. That's what I'm saying. They was being sneaky and they was keeping things to themselves, trying to deplete your energy or something like that. So now you know that you need to keep things to yourself because you view the sneakiness of this person. Look, High Priestess, you went into isolation and tapped into your inner knowing. You did some type of healing properly. Again, you have some type of divine secrets or something like that. Sacredcy. You got a spiritual business that came out sideways with this spiritual contract. So you may have had an entity that was trying to attach themselves to you for spiritual gain. So I'm going to go ahead, slap that in the reverse with this contract because you ain't working with no demonic energy, you know. And you're a high priest, so you're able to see the demonic energy. You have no business, no spiritual contract. There was a contract, you know what I mean, which has now closed. Somebody is now in a new contract, but you have no business with this person. And they're jailed. It's something about them being stuck to endings or trapped in some type of endings, which has them in this regret energy. You got siphoning in the reverse. So somebody is unfocused due to them not being able to siphon your energy. They're taking the victim mentality, knowing that they fumbled you due to them being on their high horse. You have temptation in the reverse. So they weren't able to tempt you in order to get yourself stuck or get you, you know what I mean, in these delays. It's something about you doubling down on your prayers, you doubling down on your faith. And it's something about them being exposed when it comes to this backfire. They had a backfire for being in this sneaky energy. Now somebody is isolated or they're forced to do some type of soul searching because with this high priest in the reverse, they don't have the divine knowledge. You have the divine knowledge. They want to take what it was that you worked for. Look, but you released yourself when it comes to this spiritual business. So you don't have to do any work with this person. This person was trying to make you work with them on an energetic level so that they would be able to keep boosting up off of your energy. But it's something about you disattaching or them being unattached. Look, heartbreak in the reverse when it comes to this jail. So somebody is not trapped in heartbreak. They moved on. They have forgiven. It's really giving like the agree and the disagree type energy. What's this heartbreak in the reverse for Libra? You have soaking and flow. So someone is soaking because they're not able to siphon your energy. And they're not able to focus. They don't know how to focus. It's sudden change. Like, so it gives me that they were once able to siphon your energy. And then that's when they were in a high horse. And then they messed up. And it stopped. You know? Because something now begins to flow for you with you releasing that temptation, that stuck energy. It's something about a longing, a craving. So give me more with this trauma. What's this trauma about? You have tattoos. Somebody did something that they thought was permanent and it backfired. They thought that they had some type of permanent influence or strong influence. And again, the energy was returned to them. You have a Cancer with this High Priest in the reverse. So this could be a Cancer, or this could speak of somebody's home, somebody's foundation, somebody's family dynamic. You have a change in the reverse when it comes to this free energy. So something did not change with you moving forward, you stepping into your authority, you gaining your power, leaving behind the old and stepping into the new. You're comfortable again due to you not being jailed in this heartbreak energy. You have healed something. You have released it and progressed forward properly. Look, North Node energy. You and your North Node, it has this person soaking because they really want some of that energy. They can't get none of that. It's something about your enlightenment, you being divinely guided, you being bare, purified, good omens, like, and communication. Look, it's a flow of communication in your North Node. So it's something with, again, divine, spirit team, ancestors, spirits all together. It's some type of unionship, some type of lover's dynamic. And it has a lot to do with the learned lesson from the choices that you have made that was permanent. It's something about you being open, you being willing, you being free-flowing, you know. And with this simply don't care, it was a Cancer that did not care about a situation due to them having some type of security that they did not want to change. Yeah, they was comfortable because they was paired up with you and you was high rank when it came to your enlightenment. I'm sorry, I'm rushing. Look, I gotta go. You had some type of divine inheritance that was being guarded, you know, when you stepped into your North Node. So somebody was not able to siphon your energy or end something for you. This divine inheritance opened up your communication. It's causing conflict or some type of battle for some type of work that somebody was doing. You have around winter when it came to the choices to make something permanent. It backfired. So somebody did some type of spell work on you knowing that you were high vibrational. It's like they simply didn't care. They were trying to anchor something in. So they're intimidated now by the security that you have or the security that they have. It's like they figured out that the security that you have was way more higher. It was higher ranked. It was something that was hidden with your high rank, and them being comfortable and you not even having to worry about anything due to you not being upset. Like, you're in this guarded energy. You're protected. You're in your North Node. You made it. And look, it's a cult that wanted your divine inheritance. It's something about you being accepted into your spiritual team. They was trying to communicate with you and throw you off, but that didn't work. So that was your read, Libra.